What's up, y'all? It's Carlos from the We're Just Fans podcast, and I'm joined along with my co-host Poppy. Let him know what's up, Poppy.
What's good, man? Just another day, man, doing what we like.
There we go. I'm glad you showed up today. Where you been?
Right?
Your mama's house.
Uh, yeah, that's what's up. We'll and of course, Rios. What's up, Rios?
I have two words for Papi here. A la Madrid.
What are you so happy about? You beat a Liverpool team that's like fucking eight? Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, they were winning 2-0 and they came back 1-5-2.
That's the sad part. The sad part is that you guys were losing at some point.
And they won. That's all that
As they
matters.
should. As they should. As they should. You think anybody was happy last season when they beat the Texans? No. Everybody was like, yeah, that's what we should have done. That's what we should have done.
It's like the Cowboys. It's like the Cowboys. Like, yeah, we beat the Texans as you should have. Yeah.
Right?
All right. And of course, today we got a very special guest from the is it Black Owned Podcast?
Yeah,
right?
Black On Podcast.
Yeah, Black Owned Podcast. We got AD in the house. What's up, AD? Let him know what's up, bud.
What up, what up, what up? This your boy AD, man. Co-host of the Black On Podcast. Coming to y'all weekly.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. But I love. I think I met AD. I think we met in like the Twitter Spaces that we do for like the Texans, and I remember I was in one of them. I can't remember specifically which one, but dog, AD is hilarious. Like he makes people look ridiculous. Like I love when you ask them questions like, "Did you just really say this and that?" and you just flip their logic around. It's so funny, dude. I'm a big fan of how he does that. He'll probably do it today because we got some stupid ass takes. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
It's not so much the takes, we're just stupid.
yeah, that's true. We're pretty dumb. We're pretty dumb. Yeah, you said speak for
man.
yourself.
My mom says I'm pretty smart, so I'm going to go with that.
All right, AD, get him first. Oh man. Anyway, so let's just sit down and well, we're already sitting down. Let's just go ahead and start with it, man. Davis Mills.
Oh man.
We were talking a little bit off air. Davis Mills. How are we feeling about Davis Mills? Do y'all think that Davis Mills is going to still start week 1 of next season? Round table, let's go. Poppy, what you think?
He can't. There's no way. There's no way because if the Miko and the Texans organization want to move forward with want to do anything to move this team in the right direction, they need to get a quarterback. They need to draft a quarterback, or worst case scenario, move some pieces around and get an actual quarterback. Because there's no way week 1 Davis Mills is on that field. There's no way.
All right, Rios, what you got to say?
Oh, God. I cannot take another year watching Davis Mills play football. I'd rather ingest gasoline, chug bleach, call my eyeballs out. It's just no. Football guys, if you're listening, please. I'm begging you.
All right. So yes or no? Do you think it's going to happen?
No, absolutely not. There's no way. He's had his chance to do it, and he didn't move the needle. There's just no way.
If anything, I feel like we went backwards.
They did.
Yeah, like it was bad.
Like, how do you regress with a better roster around you? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, the whole point was to tank, but it at least look good while doing that.
Organically tank.
My guy was just throwing just spiking the ball every 2 plays, dude. Like
at least act like you're trying.
Yeah. At least
where's Rex Burkhead?
Try to get paid at least.
Where's Rex Burkhead?
Yeah, let me get it. Let me get in the ball.
Yeah, because I feel like if
he can get back to the line of scrimmage. All right.
I feel like if he would have had like a decent, maybe not a great season, but a decent few showings, he could be considered like a good trade piece. Like we can move him for something else in the future. But
even that,
right now, like I'll take the other half of that sandwich or whatever. Like
we're looking to get some old In-N-Out burger.
Dude,
AD, what you think, bud? What do you think is going to happen next season?
Unless the Miko is like in the Scooby-Doo TV show and he pulls off the mask and he's Bill O'Brien.
It's Bill O'Brien.
And I would have gotten along with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Oh man, but like Bishop Bullwinkle said, man, hell no to the no, man. Hell no.
Yeah.
No, this shit is it'll be utterly stupid to put him out there, especially when you know they're going to draft a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, like, come on.
Where like people are saying like, oh, maybe we just trade that those first round picks or whatever, or maybe we'll draft like a wide receiver type thing, like to help Mills out. But it's just like, what's the point? What's the
Still
point?
gonna miss him by 20 yards.
You can spray for a few months shit, it's still gonna be shit.
No, it's just bad all around. Like, we have to get a quarterback. That should be plan A, B, and C this offseason.
But
Being aggressive
was
today. Yeah, we're starting off aggressive today, y'all. Go ahead. Sorry, AB. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's always the debate during the season. They was always saying like, well, he's, this, and he's doing this in his draft class and this and that. I was like, well, shit. If the whole draft class is ass, like that ain't speaking like you're doing too much of nothing.
Yeah, the nicest piece of shit still shit, right? Like so.
Right. Yeah, just like Rio said.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe like let's say if the Texans let's say they draft a quarterback, no matter who it is. What do you guys think it'll be like I want us to think back when Deshaun got drafted, and then remember week 1 they had started Tom Savage for a little bit, and then by like halftime it was Deshaun Watson. And do you guys think it might be something similar to that, where they have Davis started for a little bit, and then once he starts messing up, then they're gonna switch in for like the rookie QB? What do y'all think?
Absolutely not.
Or not?
No.
I feel like they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that, but I have a feeling that might be the case.
Like, do you just think if they draft the rookie quarterback, they just throw him out first game?
They should. I feel like they should, because we already know that we're on full reset. So might as well just throw all the rookies out there and just see what. I mean, we saw it with Pierce, right? Like we threw the rookie out there, and he was actually making plays. He was actually doing what he needed to do.
It took a while. It was the Rex Burkhead show. I never again in my life want to hear the words bulkhead offense.
Hey, bro, you never know, man.
Look, be honest, all the rookies, performed, you want to say outside of Kenyon Green, performed very well. Even Teagan performed at the end of the year, made a couple key, catches and showed he had some talent. So, I mean, like, that's all you would ask for, especially with this team, is let the rookies play, let them show out, man.
Yeah, and I don't even think Kenyon had that bad of a year. Remember, he's going against, like, grown-ass men.
Oh, puppy. Don't. Hey, you ain't been paying attention on Twitter.
Yeah,
it's just
they trying to make Kenyon like he the worst lineman that ever touched the field. NOG Stadium, man. They say he's horrible. He can't improve. He's bad. It was the worst pick we ever made.
How old is he? Like,
he's 21.
21. Dude, like,
21.
Come on, dude. Like, he's still got a lot of room to go. I don't know if he's gonna be like, like all and out. The guy that you want on that line, but I think he can be very serviceable. He can't do any worse than anybody else we have on the roster. So
we've seen some bad ones over the years.
Hold on. So the other day, I think it was yesterday, everybody was saying, "Oh, this line was bad. This line is this." I say, "Well, do you remember what Deshaun had when he got drafted?"
Nothing.
Like he had Brino Giacomini. Like, right. Exactly. Like the line that was on, it was horrible. It was horrid. Like
it was horrible with the eye test and with the advanced statistics and
everything.
Stats say they're pretty good at pass protection. Run protection, not so great, but pass protection, they're like middle of the pack, which isn't great. It's not terrible either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's room to improve.
It wasn't bad. It was. Would you guys say average or a little bit below average?
I'd say average. They were like literally like all the events stats. They're middle of the pack.
No, but there were times when like Davis Mills had like more than 5 seconds to throw the ball. My dude just got nervous, got happy if he would overthrow it to Brandon Cooks, and where Brandon Cooks would probably have to jump 20 feet in the air.
It's the blood takes a while to get through the neck, to the head, to make the decisions, dude. It takes a second. It takes a second,
You know that meme that says like Brandon Cook somewhere out there? Well, he really was for him, and then it just chucked it.
More like Rex Burkhead's out there somewhere behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, shit. I don't know. Want to see a damn Rex Burkhead fade ever again in life.
Ever. God, that was awful. Yeah, I
God.
can't do that either. I got like PTSD with Rex Burkhead, man. It's this team has given me so much PTSD. I don't even know. Every time I hear Rex Burkhead or how do you call it, or
24
David
to 0.
Johnson, yeah, I just can't. Like I shake a little bit. I'm like, oh, it brings me back to horrible memories.
For me, it's anytime I hear Bill O'Brien, I just like fucking start shaking, bro.
It's on site with him. Him and he's on site.
Dude, they say he was the best Texan coach ever.
Who said that?
Ooh,
Did he say it?
Did he say
Hell
it?
no.
He on
Hell
the, he
no.
on the burner accounts.
right?
Man,
Hey,
He's
I
like,
don't know-
actually, guys, I don't
do
think he was that bad.
Do y'all know Noah?
Yeah.
no. Go.
Ayo Noah?
That's in
I've
the
seen
art.
some of his tweets and
Yeah, he's one of the main advocates for Bill O'Brien being the best Texans coach ever.
that Davis Mills is the franchise. I'm like,
Yep.
what
He'll pull a stat out his ass and it'll be like, okay, and like some random weird ass stat that'll be like, see, this is why Bill O'Brien was the best coach, because in the fourth quarter of the second half of the season of games, he had a winning percentage of such and such and such and such. I'm like, come on, man.
yeah, you had to really
Just like-
look at that one.
Like
Yeah.
just some random stat, man. I'm like, you can find a stat for anything.
Yeah, anything could be a stat, but like a lot of those, like I said, those a lot. I always say that a lot of those stat numbers are skewed. Like there was
But
like remember they kept saying Davis Mills had like a good percentage or something
On
like
the
that
default, I'm like,
on default. Yeah, but that's during trash time. Like he was scoring points during trash time when nobody was trying anymore. Like that was
Bro.
year one.
He had that percentage, and then we broke it down because we deep dived into it, and that stat was all of like 12 passes.
yeah.
Like,
The lowest number of attempts, but it's top
hey,
ranked.
but for those 12 passes, he was elite.
He was elite during trash time.
It was Tom Brady for those 12 passes.
oh man, it's I don't know, man. The lengths that people go to for a certain player is just like, come on, man.
But why? Like, who goes to this links for a backup quarterback? I haven't seen
Is he
backup-
paying you? Like, is he paying you to
I've
say
seen a
these
backup
things?
just get this kind of love since Tim Tebow. Like, but he at least a winner at some level of of sport. What does Davis Mills won?
Like a lot of these folks defend Davis Mills that much, but they give guys like Lamar Jackson like.
Oh,
like
he's a
nothing.
running back. He can't throw.
He's a running back. He can't throw. Like, come
But
on.
Davis Mills is a franchise quarterback. Like, what?
I mean, at least Lamar is good at something, you know.
Oh, Lamar is great. I like Lamar.
At least Lamar, like, all he can do is run. Yeah, but at least he can do that amazing.
Need something.
Yeah.
20 yards game.
Mills
Yeah,
can't
he's
throw,
like-
he can run, he can read, he can fucking.
He legally blind.
It's the blood flow. It's the blood flow, y'all.
Come on, get up there.
Yeah, we gotta give him 15 seconds in the pocket, and then he
Bro,
can-
seriously.
And Jerry Rice on one side.
Yeah. Look,
No.
LT or Emmitt Smith or somebody in the backfield. We got to give them
Megatron
5
Red
Pro
Sox,
Bowl starters on the offensive line. We got to give them a top 2 defense,
and Vince
then we can
Lombardi.
right all that to see if he's average.
yeah, just to see, just to make it a close game.
My favorite one, dude. My favorite one was when they compared it. When they said, "Oh, this guy's gonna be the next Andrew Luck," just because he came out of Stanford. Remember that? That was the thing. Oh, he's gonna be the next Andrew Luck. He's come from the same line of coaches as Andrew Luck did from Stanford. So he's gonna be the next Andrew Luck. Like, no, he's not.
Hey, Rios, you remember at the beginning of the season, you and I were talking, and there were a lot of people saying online, like, "Oh, he was actually putting Kirk Cousins' numbers at the end of like his first year." So, like, I asked you, like, would you be happy if he was putting Kirk numbers this next season? And you're like, no, that wouldn't be good enough. Honestly, bro, I would have been way happier if it was anything close to Kirk. I would have been over the fucking moon if it was anything close to Kirk.
Yeah, that's great. But you have primetime games, and we've seen Cousins in primetime, and man,
Dude, I would have been happy with any kind of win. I don't care if it's on Thursdays. I don't care if it's on Saturday. I don't care if it's fucking Monday afternoon, motherfucker. Like, I just need this team to win something, dude.
I said in the offseason, I pissed a lot of people off because I said I needed Davis Mills for me not to even consider drafting a quarterback in this year's draft. Like, I need him to put up top 10 numbers. And they were like, what the hell you mean? And he's in the second year. I was like, well, first of all, 4,000 yards is top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Over 25 touchdowns is top 10.
Yeah.
And less than 10 interceptions is top 10.
couldn't do
Like,
any.
He couldn't do any of it. He couldn't, and I was like, they were like, well, 4,000 yards is a big ass with this team. And I'm like, first of all, do the math. It's 17 games. So you asking him to throw like 200 yards a game to get to 4,000. So I'm like, if he can't get that, like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it's a passing league. You should be able to average that. 4,000 should be the minimum you can make as a quarterback with this many games and this kind of open offense, and less defense being played. Like they're letting them throw the ball a whole lot more. Like,
what was the average? I wonder what the average was of every pass that he made.
That's the stats.
Couldn't be more than 4 or 5 yards.
He had like 3,500. He had like less than 4,000 yards passing, and he played like what 2 games this year. I think he was benched for a few. He played like at least 13 or 14.
He played 13 games.
Yeah, because we benched him like around halfway through the season, correct?
It's like, bro, you're getting benched for Kyle Allen. You should never be considered the starter ever again in this league. Maybe the XFL. Man, that'd be great for him.
Dude, Mills would kill it on the XFL. Right? Okay. So let's move to the Roughnecks for a second. Just for a second.
All right. I was gonna pull up the
we got the stats.
Yeah.
17 tutties. 15 interceptions. Is that what it is?
Yeah. He tied for league lead with Dak Prescott.
Interception. Let's see what else we got.
And they played almost the same number of games, just about.
Hold on, was he tied for 33rd? What was the hell?
Where was that? Do you want me to go?
Scroll up.
Do you want me to go?
33rd and what?
Oh, sorry, tied. 30
interceptions.
He was worse than dead last.
Oh,
isn't there 32 teams in the league? No,
there's 32 quarterbacks.
QBR.
He was tied for
QBR 29.
Dude, how is your QB rating at 33.1, dude?
But he's
29th in the league, 16th, and
who was worse than him?
What, for interceptions?
No, for fucking QBR, bro. Who could have possibly been
guys
that bad?
Kyle Allen.
Okay, so there
he played like 2 games.
So here are like the games. Right yeah, hold on.
So, man, he's in single digits.
Yeah,
dude, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is crazy. Wow, this is just like from December all the way to January.
8 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards.
Oh, look at this one, the Jacksonville game. QBR ready.
Bro, did he even show up?
His longest was 29 yards in that game.
God damn.
0 touchdowns.
How do you get 200? How do you get 202 yards? How do you get 202 yards, 40 attempts, and only 22 completed?
Look at the average, 5 yards.
5.1. Yeah, that's pretty bad, y'all.
That was probably a game where like all they said was like, "Fuck it, let's just run it." Like, fuck it, let's just run the ball.
Damian Pierce, you're gonna have a running game today.
but the thing is, like Rio said, like I feel like he would kill in the XFL because I was watching some of those games, and the quarterback play is not great, but it makes it fun because everybody like turns the ball over all the time.
And when AJ McCarron is throwing dimes, it's a problem.
Yeah. Oh, like nobody can be like my boy PJ Walker, bro. Nobody will ever be that undefeated season.
Yeah, the Roughnecks lost that season to a disease, not to any of the teams in the XFL. That would have been champions.
Definitely.
All right, they'll win it this year.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like we look like the better team.
We do have a pretty solid team. I like that. I don't know how is it. Did you guys like the QB? Like, I mean, like, of course, you just said QB plays and all that, but what do y'all think of the QB?
Well, I was in the spaces when you guys were hosting it. I was at work, but I actually I was in the office. I'm like, let me listen to these guys for a little bit. And the lady that was there, she was like, don't get too excited.
Oh, okay.
The lady that was there was like the quarterback, wasn't that great or whatever. And I'm like, it's still better than Mills, goddamn. It was. But I feel like we were pretty good, man. We were pretty solid. Like I like this is something that I noticed the first time I watched the XFL. Like some of the rule changes, I actually do like. I feel like it makes the game a little bit more enjoyable. Instead of going for that one extra point, you're always you can go for 2 or 3. Or whatever. I feel like that makes it a little bit more interesting.
Well, the NFL adopt from the very first XFL that came out in like what 2001, where like Vince McMahon was like,
Yeah, but I was like 5, bro.
whatever.
I don't
Yeah, I
count.
know. We know. You young buck over here.
You were like 45 when that happened, but I wasn't. Okay?
Rios was
I
80.
in the league.
Yeah, so that one, like, they still like the NFL like took a lot of things from that XFL, like,
And I think
and they
this
up to
time,
theirs.
I think especially with the kickoff thing, I think they're gonna adopt that.
Yeah.
as well.
Oh,
feel like
for
Five
sure.
yard,
I feel like
5 yard, yeah.
that's a lot better. Less collision force or whatever.
So one rule, I think I only saw it in the Roughnecks game where the guy kicked it off and nobody caught it and they let it die. The ball ended up being on the 45-yard line.
So was that
Is
is that just the default? Like if nobody catches it, people if
Yeah.
it's a dead ball, then it's at the 45.
That's what I'm assuming because I've only seen it one time in all the
Yeah.
games that were
I'm
played.
not sure because I didn't see it go out of bounds, so I really don't know. Yeah,
No, it didn't. It just died. They literally kicked it off and it just died and died on the field and they moved him to the 45. I was like, was there a penalty or something? Or I was like, no, just I guess that's what it is. I was like, and it didn't make sense because if that's the case, I would just let that bitch die every
Right?
time.
All
Why am I catching it?
Yeah, you touch that ball, I'm cutting those hands off.
right.
And I was low-key impressed about the running back. I don't know his name.
Max Borgi.
22.
He was actually like,
Yeah, he got some speed on him.
Shout out.
He was
Shout
finding
out
the
to my
holes or
cousin.
whatever. I'm like, hey,
He looked like a little McCaffrey out there. That's what he looked like.
Hey, shout out to my co-host C Roll, man. I think y'all know C Roll. He was talking about Max Borgi pre-draft the whole time. He's like, man, we need to get this guy in the 7th round or 6th round. He's this and that. He can return kicks. Whoop, and he's showing out in the XFL right now. So
Well,
I
that's
feel
a
like
good
he
thing
wouldn't be
about
a bad
it.
option. He wouldn't be a
Yeah.
bad option.
And that's the good thing about the XFL, though. You guys that really don't get a chance to shine, like that's a good place to shine. And not even just that. Like after before the XFL ends, and then you got the USFL coming on. That runs all the way until what, July 4th, I believe.
yeah,
So you got literally football almost all year round. Like,
and for these guys, their chance to get a shot at
back
the
in the
NFL.
NFL. Well, look at PJ Walker. PJ Walker ended up being the backup in Carolina and got to start a few games.
And then he threw that like 60,
a dime?
70-yard throw.
yeah.
Dude, that was like, I was so excited when he got
I was
signed
pumped.
with
I was
the
like,
Panthers because I was like, that guy deserves it, dude. Because
Yeah.
even though like I said, the level is not quite as NFL level in the XFL, like he was actually like pretty decent in the first XFL season.
Oh yeah, he was the MVP for sure.
Do you guys think the XFL is gonna expand to have like more teams? Because right now I think there's only 8 teams, right? You think it's gonna eventually expand to like maybe 10?
It's gonna come down to this. If it's making
Bro.
money, they'll expand. If it's
I
not,
I think
just
it's
hope
gonna
that it
make
lasts
money.
more than a season.
I
I just
think
hope
it's
it
gonna
lasts
make
more than a
money.
season.
I think it's gonna make money because people love football. People watch, like we all like fans of different sports. When football's not on, I'll watch basketball, I'll watch baseball, I'll watch soccer all year round. Doesn't matter. But like, there's people who like only watch football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that there's football all year
Oh
round,
yeah.
and especially in a city like Houston, where we're blessed enough to have a team in the XFL, it's like, hey, why not, dude? Why not? Like, I would go to a game, 100%.
Yeah.
Let's go. All of us. Let's go.
I wish the uniforms were a little nicer. They look like they just got them from like a fucking
You know what they look
Party
like?
City, like football players
Yeah.
for Halloween.
They look like they look like the concepts that people were drawing when they were like, "Oh, the Texans need a new Texans uniform." That's what they look like. The concept.
Dude, I was seeing on Twitter so many like different concepts, and I'm like, bro, this looks like shit. Like who drew this? Like a fucking 8-year-old.
Microsoft Paint.
And then everybody's like, but you put the red helmets, bro. It looks so much better. I'm like, fuck the red helmets, bro. Like, I'm not buying the helmet. I'm buying the jersey. Fuck.
Right?
No, but you got to buy both. It's a package deal, bro.
Whatever. Bro. I don't make that kind of money. But we should definitely go to a game. Definitely.
Oh, for sure.
I'd be down for that. XFL game, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, the only thing is like you said, there's not. I just hope it lasts more than a season this time, because both times that the XFL has been around, it's only lasted a season. The one in 01 and then the one that came back. But then again, the last time it was because of COVID.
Exactly.
So,
And I feel like it would have kept going. I feel like it would have kept going because
Yeah.
I was on Twitter, I was on YouTube, and people were talking about the XFL.
They were. They still are right now. Like people are excited over it.
The difference is because I watched the USFL last year. The product on the field that the XFL puts out is a hell of a lot better than what the USFL. It makes the games are watchable, they're entertaining. You know, it seems like a minor league for the NFL, and I think didn't the XFL team up with the NFL?
They did.
So,
yeah, they did. It's like the NFL, I think, is using the XFL as like a almost
minor
like
league,
a minor league deal, like a AAA,
almost like the G League in basketball.
Similar to what they did with the NFL Europe. You guys remember NFL Europe?
Yeah. Not Poppy. He wasn't even born yet.
He was.
I was negative 17.
He was a concept. A twinkle in his daddy's eye.
Yeah. You know, Rios is older than my actual father. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Rios is actually 62. He just drinks a lot of milk. That's it. That's the secret.
A lot of milk.
Hey, did you?
He's had 2 liver transplants.
Hey, you remember to file your how do you call it, your benefits, because they're due in March, okay? For Social Security.
Yeah, man. We don't want what happened last time, bro. Like, come on.
Then you got to pay out of pocket. So yeah, make sure to do that. Pay do this way. You know, the government pays for your deductible and all that. So go for it.
I wish. Rios, did they give you a sticker to put on your bumper for ARP?
And I got one to hang on my door.
He's got the one in his truck on the handicap.
Hey, it comes in handy when you're feeling tired. Like, man, don't walk.
Oh, you're so old. You're so old. God. Look at you.
Idiot. You fucking idiot. But no, dude, I feel like the XFL is gonna last again because, like you said, the games are watchable. I feel like their marketing that they're doing is pretty solid, and because of that success they had before COVID, I feel like when they told us, oh, we're gonna bring it back, it's only because of COVID. We're definitely gonna bring it back. I feel like people were excited about it, and I always see people at work wearing the roughneck shirts and the hats and the stuff, and I'm just like, dude, I need to get me some of that shit. Like
it sells. I definitely buy one of those jerseys. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'd buy a shirt. I don't know about a jersey, but I'd buy a shirt.
Yeah, not a jersey, not this season, but I'll buy a shirt for sure.
Look, I was thinking about
Go ahead.
No, my bad. I was thinking about the jerseys. The last time was way better than what
they were. That's why I was so disappointed with these. I was
like bring those ones back. What the hell, man?
It's clearly the Rock had an influence on those. That's what it was.
Look, I was watching some other games. I was like, damn, these uniforms look like the shit they used to put on NCAA football, like for the made up teams.
That's like the default. Like
they wanted to get the license.
I was like, what? They just said, I don't care about this. Like, what was it, Seattle or no, the worst ones was the DC Defenders.
Oh yeah,
it was just like a high school uniform. I was like,
that's what it looked like, bro. It looked like a middle school, bro.
So screen tees.
I think this week we're playing. What is it? The
Dallas,
the Dallas one, right? What are they called? The
Renegades.
Renegades.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here with that name, Renegades.
Regardless, it's Dallas. They're gonna lose.
Also, fuck the Cowboys.
Always.
All day, every day, especially on Sundays.
Hold on, let me see if I can show this. You said the DC Defenders, right? That was the one that got you. This is actually what it looks like.
Bro,
Defenders, right?
Yeah.
Those are literally my middle school uniforms, just a different color.
It's just bad.
Look at the logo, dude. Yeah, the logo, and then they got. Oh, I just realized they have the Rocks thing back here, the Under Armour thing.
They're sponsored by Under Armour.
Yeah. Did I remember last time around the Seattle, what is it, Sea Dragons or some shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like they're all green or whatever. I feel like the first ones they came out with, they kind of went hard, dude. They reminded me of the Seahawks, like back in the day, like all green and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
I think it's Under Armour that's making these horrible uniforms, man.
That's why no one wears it.
I mean, did y'all really like I mean, the Under Armour doesn't really have really good designs for uniforms. Nike's killing it with those uniforms. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't like the
Every
Under
sport,
Armour.
football, baseball.
Yeah. I feel like Puma also drops the ball a lot. Puma and Under Armour just love dropping the ball when it comes to that type of stuff.
You know, like when
kids,
sorry, good.
They're terrible.
Which one?
The Man City kids from Puma. Damn.
Yeah, they are. They're just too samey. They're just too samey. Yeah. It's like they pick a template and they just change the colors around. They're like, oh, your crest is blue. Okay, you're blue now. You're blue. Oh, your crest is red. Oh, guess what?
You're red.
Crimson, just to make it different.
Jeez, yeah, it's crimson up a little. It's a little bit of darker red.
I feel like the worst team in the NFL should get relegated to the XFL.
I'm telling you, right?
Relegation. I promise you, there'll be
Imagine we had two Houston teams on the
play. They battle for supremacy.
Yeah, they battle for supremacy. Oh my god, that would be awesome.
The Roughnecks, they probably beat the Texans.
Right at this point, it's a toss up, bro. If Mills starting, it's a toss up.
That's a win for the Roughnecks.
The only way the Texans win if Pierce runs for like 150 yards, bro. Like, that's the only way.
You need 350 yards.
No,
that's opportunity for Mills to throw the ball to the other team.
Yeah. No. Did y'all see that The Rock was dressed up as was wearing a jersey or whatever?
Yeah. No, I seen that.
The other team, and they lost to us.
The Renegades jersey, bro. Like I saw. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. He was wearing he was wearing the other team's jersey, and then because he's like, he's older.
Sucked.
Dude, what? Black Adam was terrible.
I didn't watch it, but I heard it was shit. So
Yeah, it was disappointed.
Yeah. You didn't miss much. The only good part was seeing Henry Cavill again. That was the only good part of the movie.
And he's not even coming back, so I guess nobody gives a fuck anymore.
No one wins.
Hey, AD, how do you feel about the Texans coming this upcoming season? Like with the D'Amico hiring, with some of the potential draft picks and stuff, like how do you feel about the Texans moving forward this season?
They give me a little bit of hope.
The hope is what kills you, bro. The hope is what kills you, man.
Like I mean, I didn't have shit the last
3 years.
See, I was actually hopeful last season.
I don't know why. Davis Mills is the quarterback. Why were you hopeful, sir? Why?
Because I thought, like you said,
you did
with a better roster, maybe starting 17 games or whatever, maybe he could actually do something. But I forgot we're the Texans and we're supposed to suck, till I die, I guess.
No, he sucked, but we got Davis Mills a quarterback.
It was bad. Yeah,
How many winnable games did we have where he threw the ball?
Because we were all went over right and over our schedule, and we all agree like we have maybe 6 winnable games.
I said 2 games, and
I feel like I was the most hopeful one. I was like, maybe we can win 5. I think Carlos was around 4. You were like 2. You were like 2, and like those 2 is like if everything goes well.
The funny thing is that Reels actually called it when it came to when we're going to bench Davis Mills. And he's senile. No, and so it's crazy because we were wondering like we made it like a little thing and I forgot what it was like we were thinking when is Davis Mills going to get benched this season?
Mid-season.
And Rios like predicted it and he said it's going to be at least by the bye week, and then I think you were off by like a week, right?
Yeah, I think he was off by like one week.
Yeah, he was off by like a week, and then they benched him for Kyle Allen. Like, it was crazy. He predicted.
I called 2 wins, and I was right. 2 wins. I didn't predict the tie, but I said 2 wins, and I was right.
Nobody could have predicted a tie, bro. Like,
yeah,
but I got the win. I got the win total right too.
So now let me tell you this. So Lovie Smith, like winning that game was definitely no. Well, he was that that last game obviously it was a big message to the Texans. Now, without your Texans fandom aside, do you agree that if you were Lovie Smith, would you have done the exact same thing?
No,
If they had told you that we're going to let you go after the season,
no,
would you have done the same
because it's
thing?
so stupid. It's so stupid. Like if my job told me like, hey, tomorrow's your last day, we're gonna fire your ass. I'm just not showing up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like doing something to like really like fuck him over. I'm just like, fuck it then. Like I'm out.
Like
He did that. He gave us the double middle finger
He did.
as he was walking out
Mm-hmm.
to feel good about himself. Like I had no hatred for Lovie Smith. If anything, I feel like out of us three, I was the only one saying like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans gave him another year.
Mm-hmm.
After this crappy year, we'll get more draft picks. We'll rebuild. We'll figure it out. I was just like, there might not be because I like D'Amico wasn't even on my radar. Like I felt like
Right, I don't think he was on anybody's radar at that time.
exactly like I feel like there's not that many like coaches that I would 100% put my money on right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him another year. And he just did that, and that's what makes me be like, oh, that's kind of fucked up, dude. Like, okay, like. What did we do to you? We gave you a chance.
Yeah, if it was me, I wouldn't even shut it. Hey, I'm gonna be fired. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I would have just played like whoever.
I would have texted the assistant, "Hey, man, I don't feel good. Take over."
But I would like, who wants to play? You want to play? All right, just play.
If you're wearing a Texans shirt, show up.
Yeah, who wants to be quarterback today? Who wants to be quarterback?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I would have just sat everybody down. Like just. Nick Casario should have shut down Brandon Cooks after the whole trade debacle. Like he should have just put him on injury reserve. Say he got a broken toenail or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like you just
he has a bad haircut. He got a bad haircut.
Yeah.
There's always a reason where like when Deshaun was like sitting out, he said did not practice, not football related or something like that. That was the non-football related.
Like we're stupid.
Yeah, like out. He was like out, but non-football related, or something like that. You could have given an excuse to Brandon Cooks to sit down because Brandon Cooks ended up basically him and Brandon Cooks ended up messing like completely.
That was Brandon Cooks' best game of the
year.
Season,
Davis Mills is like, yeah, look at me balling out today.
Like the Colts are tanking on purpose, sir.
Yeah,
they had their.
They still made it a close game too.
Which is the sad part. They were purposely trying to lose.
Do you think Davis Mills went home and be like, yeah, babe, today was the day. Today was the day that I showed up. Did you see that? You see those touchdowns?
I'm definitely starting next year.
He's like,
my tight end never scores, and he scored like 2 touchdowns today. Like,
and I scored a game-winning drive, my first one of my career against the third stringers.
Dude,
God, that was so sad to watch.
Yeah, man. I feel like going to next year. It all depends on how draft night goes. Because we definitely need to get a quarterback. Like I was looking at because we know the quarterback merry-go-round that's going on in the league right now. It's kind of crazy. I was looking at the Vegas odds on Twitter just before we went on air, and Rodgers is like his top landing spot is the Raiders at the moment.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. So I feel like if that happens, it's Raiders? Like. Yeah, I feel like if that happens,
trying to reunite with Devontae Adams again, or what? Like, what's happening there?
I mean, it'll be better than anything he has going on at Green Bay at this point.
Right. I mean, better for us. It's one less team trying to trade up to the number 1 spot.
Yeah, but then like what happens with Green Bay? Like where does Lamar go? Where does Carr go? With like Jimmy G or whatever? Like.
I said this is gonna be as much movement quarterback wise. This offseason as it was last year. We had Russell Wilson, we had Deshaun Watson, Deshaun. Like it was a lot of quarterback movement, and I think it's gonna be the same. I could see Lamar going to Atlanta, man.
I see that too. You're not the first person to say that. I've heard a lot of people say Lamar to Atlanta. I thought for like a minute, I thought the Raiders too. Teaming up with Devontae Adams, but Atlanta seems like a better landing spot for Lamar.
Then who are the 49ers going for? Because it looks like Brock might be fully out.
Yeah, I think they're gonna give Trey Lance a shot because they're definitely not sticking around with Jimmy G.
Dude, yeah, but if they want to make it as far as they did this year, they need to get a quarterback. They need.
I mean, I think they might roll it off with Brock Purdy. They're just gonna have to wait until he's finished with his Tommy John stuff.
Well, Tommy John's a whole year.
Yeah, but the Tommy John is
Right.
he's out for the season. If he does the Tommy John,
They're trying to say he's gonna be back in 6 months. I'm like, no.
No,
Verlander was out for like 2 fucking years after that Tommy John surgery. Like,
Yeah,
Tommy John's
not.
least
I think they roll with Trey Lance. They were gonna roll with him this year. So I mean, he only had a game and a half.
Yeah,
Before he got hurt.
So I mean, what they gave up to get him, like they have to at this point.
Yeah, you can't. And the dumb shit about people saying let's trade for Trey Lance and let's that's just like 49ers would be dumb to trade him because there's nothing behind them.
Yeah.
Like y'all saying, Purdy's gonna be gone for the year. You don't have anything. Why would you? And Jimmy's already gone. So
do we know Jimmy's landing spot yet, or?
I think Tampa Bay.
I think it depends where Aaron Rodgers goes.
See, I thought Jimmy G was gonna land in the Raiders. That's what I was thinking.
I thought the Jets.
I think it depends where Rodgers lands because
I actually thought Rodgers might go to the Jets. I feel like that was a big thing that people were talking about, and I'm like,
Rodgers to the Jets. You think so?
Yeah, and then Zach Wilson somehow ends up over here, and then we got Mills and Wilson. Like,
and then you got Rios buying his jersey for unknown reasons.
Oh, we know the reasons.
We know.
I like Mills.
Oh, don't let Zach come over here and then Mills beat somebody like Davis Mills beat out the number 2 drafted quarterback. Oh,
we wouldn't hear. We were stopping on Twitter.
It would be like that too. It would be like that.
Oh my god,
that's awful. I can't.
You still hear about when he beat Trevor Lawrence? I'm like, he had Urban Meyer. God, come on, give the guy a break. No one's going to succeed under Urban Meyer.
Yeah, Urban Meyer was a whole different story, man. Urban Meyer was I'm pretty sure Trey Lance, as soon as Urban Meyer got fired, Trey Lance was like, done.
Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
anyway.
dude, I don't even know. Like I said, like all these quarterbacks moving around this year, like I just can't wait for them to get their landing spots already. And I feel like everybody's still waiting on to what happens on the draft because, like like us, the Colts, the Raiders, everybody's still looking for a quarterback. So I feel like it's like because it's CJ, it's Bryce, and who's that other?
Will Levis.
Yeah, Will Levis, right?
Anthony Richardson is another one.
I think neither one of those guys should go in the first round. They're both projects. They're going to have to sit a year.
The thing that there might be a team that out there that's kind of desperate. I see the Colts being one of those teams that is just desperate, and I don't think they're like in win now mode type of thing. So they might take on the project because we already know that the Jacksonville is gonna dominate the division this year. So I feel like everybody else was just like in building and rebuilding mode. So.
I mean, they're looking for the quarterback of the future because Tennessee doesn't have it. Indy doesn't have it. We don't have it.
Yeah, fuck the Titans, by the way.
Sorry, it's first down.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Man, I wish we could get. Oh, what's happening?
Anthony Richardson. Just a little Anthony Richardson action right there. Hold on.
Go for it.
It's against LSU.
Like I said, the thing with him is he has, he's kind of like Mills. He has good plays, but consistency, it is just not there.
And that's the thing. When you get a quarterback for the future, that's what you want. You want consistency. You want him to consistently get better. And that's just not what we've seen here in Houston for a while.
Like if you're going to draft him, it should be second round at the earliest. Honestly, he's not ready for the next level. Him and Will Levis, they're just not ready for the next level. There's just way too many holes in their game. They're gonna have to sit a year at least and learn behind a veteran.
Do you think, besides the quarterback, I remember you guys were talking about maybe we draft a wide receiver with that second pick in the first round? Who are you guys looking at right now? Because I haven't really done my homework when it comes to the.
I've been doing a lot of film watching. I used to be high in Quentin Johnson, but me actually personally, I'd go out for Jordan Addison. I think Quentin Johnson for being as big as he is, doesn't win a lot of jump balls. Like, bro, you're 6'4". You should
check this.
Like,
do you think that would change with the right coaching behind him?
It could.
Like, bro, you can maul some people out there, bro.
He ain't got that dog in him.
He got the dog. He got the.
You're already doing it, man. Like you're 6.
Sorry.
We should be.
Check
He's not.
So this one says Will Levis had 23 interceptions these past 2 seasons. Here are 7 of them in under a minute. Says Will Levis.
I mean,
I don't think that one was on him as much as it was on the receiver.
Let's see the rest.
This is behind.
Okay, that's behind.
Okay, let's see another one.
Let's see.
Okay.
Hail Mary.
Hail Mary.
Yeah, I wouldn't really count a Hail Mary, but let's see.
Okay, against Florida.
That's a fluke.
Oh, he almost got too.
Oh, yeah.
Dang, he almost got taken the fuck out. Let's see. Oh, that one was bad. That's a bad one.
I've seen those.
We've
seen those before.
Yeah.
Davis Mills.
That's bad too.
That one's I don't know.
Not so much on him, huh?
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, we got this one.
That's another Hail Mary pass.
Hail Mary, basically.
Yeah.
Throwing off his back foot. His wasn't set. Yeah, it was his throw.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, that first one is like we saw one really bad one, I would say.
Well, no, we interviewed a guy last week. They played against Will Levis. He said, "I just don't see the talent there."
Yeah, who was it? Tyler Hudson from Louisville. He's a wide receiver for Louisville, and we asked him, "Hey, so you played against Will Levis? What do you think?" And he was basically saying, "I didn't really see the hype on him, and he didn't really see him as
he was just very candid. Like, I just don't see it."
He wasn't trying to be disrespectful either, but it was just like, yeah.
Do you guys know Ricky Garrard? Ricky that does like the evaluations and stuff like that.
I'm not familiar with it.
I'm not familiar. Rios, are you?
I think I follow him.
Yeah, he does a lot of in depth or whatever, and he, the Will Levis stand started trying to attack him because he said that he didn't have Will Levis in his top 5 quarterbacks in his draft, and they went bananas on him and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, they wanted the same excuses that they gave Davis Mills. They want to give Will Levis. He didn't have an offensive line. He didn't have no weapons.
He didn't have this.
He didn't have this. He didn't have
it's
that.
Like you're
That's
making excuses.
So I mean, to me, he's this draft Trubisky. He's tall, he's white. That's a quarterback. Take him with the #1 pick. Basically what it is.
Is he the prototypical quarterback that we talked about? Prototypical.
Yeah, he's a coach's son. I let my daughter.
He got a strong jawline.
The thing is,
he's the next Batman. Like he's got the.
The thing is, like his neck is not as long, so he can actually like make the decision faster. Like he doesn't need 20 seconds to make a pass. So
I mean, he puts mayonnaise in his coffee. I want no parts of it. That's a psychopath. Psychopath with a capital P. No, I want no parts.
That's disgusting.
Bro, lock that motherfucker up. Lock him up.
Hide the key.
Look at you know it don't dissolve in the cup, man. It's just floating around little pieces.
Ew.
Like, sir, who raised you?
Look, clump, he said, I like my coffee clumpy.
Hold on, yeah, check this out. Hold on.
I have so much.
Hold on. Let's see this. Hold on. I think I found
coffee
the video.
Clumpy, bro. Oh god. Oh my god.
What's that? Okay.
No. Will Levis, quarterback at the University of Kentucky, and I have been known to put mayonnaise in my coffee sometimes.
Hold on, then he put Miracle Whip in it. Then that's...
Sir, what kind of white nonsense is this?
Dude!
Bro.
No, God, please, no!
Bro, if you put crystal meth, I would be
Will
less
Levis,
offended.
Quarterback
Bro.
at the University.
I'm watching this again. I'm
Kentucky,
sorry. I want to
and
just
have
cringe.
been known to
The
Miracle. It's not even regular mayonnaise. It's Miracle Whip.
The caucasity of all this.
Goodness gracious.
Look, I'm part white. We don't claim him.
No, God, please, no.
We don't claim him at all.
And
Will
look
Levis,
at how ugly
quarterback
that
hold on,
tie
hold on.
is,
University
bro.
of Kentucky.
Dude, I don't
and have
understand.
been
Like,
known
why
to
would
put
you
mayonnaise in my coffee sometimes?
Share
Whatever,
this
stuff,
with
yeah.
anyone? Like, keep that to yourself.
Oh my god, bro. That's some of the shit you take to the grave, bro.
Right.
Like straight up.
Like
Straight
Mahomes
up.
putting ketchup on steaks. Take that to the grave. We don't need to know that.
No.
Like if Deshaun Watson actually put mayonnaise in his fucking coffee.
It would make a lot of sense, honestly.
He put mayonnaise somewhere else, man.
Oh,
Fuck me.
oh.
You know what? I still can't get over the part that it was so clumpy, and like and it was you said it was Miracle Whip.
Man, bro.
No, and then it was like Miracle
don't
Whip. It's
dissolve.
not even. It don't dissolve. It's just like it's so clumpy. I don't know if you saw at the end of it. He was like he took he drank and he was like
Bro,
that was it. Like he stayed still for a little bit. Like
how
oh, this
did
is terrible.
nobody bully his ass? Bro, even if I was like the fucking kicker, if I saw him do that shit,
kick the cup out of his hands?
Well, sir, it's Kentucky. He's tall and white. No one's gonna bully him.
Oh,
dude,
goodness.
fuck me, man. Oh, I didn't know I needed to see that, but I'm glad I did.
Well, you
man.
saw it, so there's that. Now it can never be erased.
Dude, if Mills came out with that shit too, I wouldn't even be shocked.
I already don't like him. I need more reasons to
I
dislike.
wouldn't even. He probably puts cheese on that shit. Fucking blue cheese on the.
Ew.
Oh,
I'm Davis Mills, and I put blue cheese in my coffee, y'all.
it would explain it also. Why he can't see his receivers. And blue cheese has a messed up.
Jesus.
You would
Oh,
think
yeah.
with 17 inches of neck, he could see like over
The whole field.
the whole fucking field. He could probably look at the fucking Minute Maid Stadium, bro, from over there.
I think the extra inches of the neck, kind of skews the depth perception a little bit.
Probably.
Oh man.
Yeah, but next year, dude. Next year we gotta get a quarterback, and I'm excited. I'm excited because I wasn't sold on the Miko at first. We had a few guests who tried to sell me on it, but I just feel like the energy around the team and the players themselves,
Well, even the city, the whole
the city themselves, are actually being very hopeful for a change. So I'm actually kind of excited. I cannot wait for draft night. I feel like we were talking about, maybe draft a wide receiver. I wouldn't be mad about some linemen. I wouldn't be mad about more defense, but the quarterback is what's going to make or break our season next year. So, and that, like, whatever quarterback we pick, that's going to be our guy for the foreseeable future. So I just hope we don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm excited with D'Amico too. I think I think the Texans started going towards the right direction the day that they let Jack Easterby walk. Like that was to me the best sign. I started wearing Texans gear again. I had, and not that it matters or that it made a difference, but I wasn't wearing anything Texans related or buying anything new. That was just my own little silent protest. I was not going to because I didn't believe in this team at that time. Once they got rid of him, I was like, okay, good. And obviously you have to finish the season, and then finally, like, getting D'Amico, like, that is a huge step. And then, like, I think we're getting all the people that he knows, like people that he wants on. They're giving him the freedom to get anybody that he wants. I'm pretty sure of it. His staff, he's building his own staff. I like did we actually get Gary Kubiak's kid to do the running game?
He
Or not yet?
He went to San Francisco.
Oh, did he went? He went to San Francisco. Oh
Yeah,
man, we didn't get
so
him. Okay.
the two sons are on the staff in San Francisco.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They made Clint the OC and his brother is the quarterbacks coach.
Okay, I see. Yeah, because I know we got Slowick, and what did we talk about, Rios? When we got Slowick, we were doing a space on Twitter when we were talking about Cliff Kingsbury probably becoming like the OC for the Texans before the news broke out, and in the middle of it, Rios just coming over was like, "Oh, they just hired Bob Slowick as the OC." I was like, "What?" And then we just kept seeing it all over Twitter. And I don't know, how do we feel about that one? Bob Slowick as the OC.
We were all like basically saying, we prefer Kingsbury because the type of offense that he runs is very QB friendly. which is more coming out of college, but because with Slowick, it's the Shanahan offense, more of a traditional guy that stands in the pocket, does bootlegs, not so much running with his legs. Like had Jimmy G last few years. Purdy's not much of a runner, but we'll see.
What I wanted to see Slowick a little bit more with Trey Lance to see what he
how he
had in mind. Yeah. So, because I think that's what we may get, a more elusive quarterback than what he's had in San Francisco.
Do you think all these coaching hirings are gonna make a difference on who we draft on draft night?
I think
not necessarily.
Or do you think that the plan is already set? I know we're still like a month and a half, maybe 2 months away from draft night.
I think they got a plan A and a contingency plan. Plan A is obviously Bryce. I think, in my opinion, it's Bryce. But plan B would obviously be CJ.
CJ. Mm-hmm.
That's what Coleridge? You mean Coleridge?
Coleridge. What do you mean?
Coleridge Bernard. That's his name. Coleridge Bernard.
Is it really?
Is it really?
I had not even. Isn't that so bad that I didn't even?
I was like, wait, his birth certificate doesn't say CJ on there.
It doesn't.
Like the reason why I'm saying it because his name is like it doesn't even.
Yeah, Coleridge Bernard. Yeah, Coleridge Bernard Stroud.
The fourth. So how is he?
That's right.
Like he's not even.
No, there's three more. There's three more.
Dude,
there's three more Coleridge Bernard.
Can you get a wider fucking name than that shit? Is he also a prince? A fucking the Duke of some fucking.
The Duke of Scandinavia.
Yeah, some shit.
You know what's so funny when AD said Coleridge, I was like, "What is he talking about?" Then it made
took
me
me a
think.
second.
We
I was
have
like,
never.
wait.
I don't think I've ever actually even researched his name. We looked things about him, and it's funny because the real name was the last thing I'd even look about him.
I couldn't give a rat's ass about his name.
Is Bryce's name really Bryce?
Sean's name isn't Deshaun, right?
It's Derek Deshaun Watson.
Jeez, what is it? Yeah, the star name, like the like their star name.
I'll be damned before I call him fucking Derek.
Hey, Derek, come here. Oh my gosh!
I don't want to use his full government name on it.
See why he changed it.
So Bryce Christopher Young. There you go, Bryce Christopher Young.
Okay, that's vanilla.
I trust him.
Yeah.
I trust him. I trust him because he's using his real name.
I don't know. He sounds like he puts.
Oh, that's so
all I know is that he can sniff a defender from a mile away.
I mean, they do be sweating a lot, so you know.
So AD, who would you? So I've told Rios and I have talked about this before, and Papi also. I think that if no matter which quarterback they go with, it feels like it's either 1A or 1B, not really one better than the other. How do you feel about like Bryce and CJ? Like, what do you think?
I like them both, to be honest. I think. You wish you could have it all in one. Have Bryce's mental and tenacity, his talent, and put him in CJ's body. Then you have a perfect quarterback. But CJ can do a lot of good things. He's accurate as hell. He can drop the ball in a bucket. 40, 50 yards down the field. He can give you what you need. He can move around. He just wasn't shown it. I think it was more of Ryan Day's type of thing because they didn't run as much even with what's his name for the Bears? What's his name? Justin Fields.
Yeah.
They didn't even run as much. Like he's running 10 times as much as in Chicago than he ever did in Ohio State. So I think it's more of that offense where the coach wants the quarterback to sit in the pocket and just kind of manipulate the pocket that way. But I like them both. I wouldn't be mad at either one. Some people are just like, give me Richardson or give me Levis or whoever. I don't want either one of these guys.
Who do you want though? Who do you want? If it was you picking on draft night.
Honestly, I'm leaning towards Coleridge, man.
TJ.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Look, hey, once I found that name, that's his name forever, man. That's
Coleridge.
Yeah.
It's my boy Coleridge.
You're gonna get the jersey, but you're gonna put Coleridge.
Coleridge, yep.
You're gonna customize it. Like it's worth the extra $40 just to put Coleridge on it.
Only downside
Coleridge
is
7.
we gotta get rid of Kaimi. We gotta get rid of Kaimi.
Just change their third jersey number. That's it.
Ain't doing it.
Kaimi, you're getting 17 now.
Spirit of Osweiler surrounds.
Yeah. Make that number shine. Yeah, man.
Kicks it wide right every time.
Jeez, man.
No,
we've seen some years. Oh, go ahead.
No, you put up the Will Levis thing, the video. Somebody had quote tweeted it and said, "Yeah, every interception has a story." I said, "That sounds very familiar." It goes back to Brock Osweiler. Every interception has its own story.
Right,
dude.
Man, that's the worst quote ever.
They paid him so much too, like to get from Denver.
Get rid of him. Here, take our second rounder. Please take this man. I don't want him anywhere near my team.
Who did he go with? He went to Miami afterwards, right?
He went to Cleveland.
Yeah. Cleveland, I'm sorry, and then I saw him in Miami.
Cleveland, he didn't play in Cleveland, and then he went to Miami and actually played against the Texans.
That's right. That was the one where like DeAndre Hopkins had that catch, and that really good catch. I remember that.
I miss DeAndre so much. Oh man, he was a baller, bro.
I think that the trade itself was just horrid, man. It's like
it's
got to be the worst trade.
When he left, he was like top 3 receivers in the fucking league, dude.
We sent him off for
I think, I think it wouldn't have been bad if we would have got the first round pick instead of.
If we would have gotten something for it, it would have been like it wouldn't have been okay or justifiable, but it would have been better than what we got. You know, I've told these guys forever. Like Bill O'Brien set us back 5 years.
Yeah.
Like it's just been bad. And I'm so happy that the Astros are actually like a really good team because that gives me something to root for, man. Because the Rockets are ass too.
Oh, don't get me started on the Rockets, man.
Oh, did you hear the owner Tillman say that he's praying for Victor Wembanyama, whatever his name is?
But I saw on Twitter today that people were saying like, you know, why Sengun is actually like a really good trade chip. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about trading Sengun?
He's the best player on the team.
He's the best. Dude, like, I think it was like last month where they were running all the offense through him. And we actually look like a competent team at times.
But then they realized, hey, we're trying to tank. No, let's down.
Yeah, but then they're like, okay, just give the ball to, you know, what's his fucking name? What's the point guard?
KPJ.
Yeah, KP. Yeah, KPJ. Just give him the ball and just let him cook or whatever. And I would like losing like never before. So I was just like,
well, he's been hurt. Shit, they putting Jayshawn Tate.
Jayshawn Tate. Well, Jayshawn Tate last year, Jayshawn Tate showed flashes, you know. So I feel
not
like
as a point guard, so.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like there's a good player there, like maybe as a 3, as a 4, I don't know, but in the bench, yeah,
the bench, but not as a starter. But hey,
dude, I was like when I saw people were like talking about possible trades, sending Sengun to whoever for whatever, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
We riot if they do that. We riot.
I just can't do. And I like now
I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm. And like how like crazy the West is now. It's gonna be a while before we become, because we could have a good team. Like let's say we get Wemby or whoever, we can be a good team, but we're still gonna be a losing team come next year, dude. Because KD, Kyrie's in the West.
Well, Kyrie, I don't know where Kyrie's gonna go, but
but Kyrie, let's say he leaves the Mavs, he's going to the Lakers.
Yeah,
so he's still staying in the West.
Yeah,
Denver's still gonna be good. The Clippers are just, I believe they're going for Russell.
They got him.
He's going. Yeah, they got him.
So like
that could the Lakers though. Like Lakers are going to be a losing team. They're going to be lucky to make the play in.
Dude, you put Kyrie with LeBron and AD, bro. I'm not saying that they're going to be the 1 seed.
LeBron's going to be 39 next year. Father Time is going to catch up to him.
Dude, we've been saying that for like 5 years. We've been saying that for like 5 fucking years, and my guy is still fucking dropping 40-point nights. Dude, I've been saying that since he was like 33. I'm like, how much long he got, bro?
He said he's gonna play till his son come in the NBA. So
that should be. Is that next year or is that
his son is going to college for 1 year next year?
So at least
And-
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
motherfucker gonna be in a wheelchair? Fucking
Oh,
dude,
man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I
No-
don't even. Go ahead.
Notice this is where I stay quiet because basketball ain't my thing.
Mute his mic. Uncold wine. You don't like crawfish. You don't like basketball. What is wrong with
Say less.
Hey.
Anyway,
I
as
can
was
still
saying-
have control.
As I was saying, uh,
I love it.
This is stupid.
okay, put me back where I was. I'm gonna put you back where you were. There we go.
There you go. That order. Y'all
My
stupid.
OCD just goes crazy.
Yeah,
anyway,
I know. All right.
no, dude,
let's-
the West is too heavy right now, so it's gonna be a while before we're competitive. But
Mhm.
maybe 5 years if Jalen can, actually try to defend.
If we can ever pull a big fish out the free agency, we'll be all right too.
Who? The thing is, like 5 years from now, who knows who's gonna be
Right.
in that free agency? Like,
Well, I
feel
mean, like even in the next few years, I think like a Jalen Brown or somebody, or
yeah, but I feel like the Jays are gonna stay together till they win a championship.
I think they're gonna win it this year.
Yeah,
You think
I was
so?
gonna say, like, I think they
Yeah.
win it this year.
I feel like they should win it this year,
They
but you never know, dude.
I
You
say-
never fucking know.
he gets his ring, then he goes to chase the bag, and we'll probably throw the bag out.
Like as much
Yeah.
as I hate the Suns, I just want Chris Paul to win a ring. I just want Chris Paul to win a ring. That's it.
Chris Paul is the Charles Barkley, the next Charles Barkley of the NBA. Man.
I think so. I think so too. But I feel like he deserves it, dude. I feel like more than anybody who hasn't won a ring right now, I feel like he deserves it the most. Because like I feel like more than PG, more than Johnny's already got it. More
Russ.
than Embiid. Like I feel like I would say Russ. I feel like he deserves it more than Russ. I feel like he deserves it more than Harden. Like
Well, he's
I-
been there longer, yeah.
yeah, I feel like and he's been a lead for so long,
I would say CP3 just because he got screwed by the NBA when they vetoed that trade to the Lakers.
Dude. Yeah,
'Cause
That
they
one,
won the
that
chip.
one, and his hamstring didn't, couldn't. help
dude,
him out.
put some ice on that bitch and get back into the fucking
Hey,
game,
Mr. Miyagi, get Mr. Miyagi. I got you, fam.
dude. Fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, AD. I know you got to go in a little bit, but I want to say thanks for joining us, dude. I appreciate
sure,
you
man.
coming on. And we got to do some more of these, man, where we just start looking at like different like films and stuff like that, and we just start looking at stuff like that, kind of like we did with like Will Levis, who puts mayo in his coffee, and then it was clumpy.
I feel
Does not
like
dissolve.
I feel like closer to draft night, we should all come up
Yeah,
with like our
yeah.
own like mock drafts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just like look at different possibilities and different scenarios, and I think that'd be cool. But yeah, let's do that, man. Let's come back and we'll see some game film of possible things that we could expect to see with the Texans and stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I'm all
Let's
for
go.
it.
Let's go to a Roughnecks game too.
I'm down. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go for the Roughnecks game. We
They're,
gotta see
they're
that.
playing at U of H, right? That's
Yeah.
Yeah, TDs. Yeah,
Let's
So
fucking
cool.
go.
no,
Let's fucking go.
let's go. All right, y'all. Well, thanks again for joining us. Thank you, AD, for coming on the show. I know you got to go shortly, and yeah, man, it was a good episode. I liked it. We literally got to talk mess. That was the best
Hated it.
part.
I
love
hated
it.
every second
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, well, in that case. So anyway,
He thinks he's funny. He thinks he's funny. Like I don't have the.
Hey.
Don't bring him back. Don't bring Rios back.
Don't bring back Rios. He's the worst one. Let's get it. It had to be done. It had to be done.
Anyway,
All right, man. Thanks again. For joining us. We'll upload this. Y'all see it on our regular We're Just Fans podcast channel on YouTube. Regularly on our Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Good Pods, Google Pod, all that. And then, of course, through Let's Talk Sports. Again, big shout out to Dan for Let's Talk Sports.
My boy.
That's right, Dan the man. All right, y'all. Thanks again. Peace out. We'll see you again. When do we do our thing again?
Saturday.
Well, you will. I probably won't, but Poppy, I don't know about you, but
Saturday.
Probably not. I think you and I are not. Yeah, you and I are not.
You and I are not. Yeah.
You and I are not, but Rios, we'll get you somebody. Yeah. All right. Join Rios for its live Saturday night through Let's Talk Sports and obviously on our channel. So Rios, you got this. And of course on Sundays, join Rios and I and maybe Poppy if he decides to show up on Twitch and Twitter.
Fuck you.
No one cares about you.
Man,
for our reaction to The Last of Us. Our reaction to The Last of Us.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the spaces. Oh yeah.
No.
You can't make
that. You can't make that.
I can't make that. I can't make it. I'll listen. If I have a minute at work, I'll listen.
He supports as best as he can. All right. Exactly. All right, y'all. Thanks again. Please don't forget to listen to BOP Black Operated Podcast. Thank you guys again. AD.
Black Operated?
Black Owned. That's a Black Operated. Black Owned Podcast. It's late. It is Black Operated. See? I was right in a way.
Shut the fuck up. Just end it.
Black Owned Podcast.
He said Black Operated. What the fuck?
Technically, I was right. AD came in and saved me.
The memory of a goldfish.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, goodbye, guys. We'll see you next week. Y'all take it easy. Bye.
Peace, y'all.